Indeed, indeed.
All right, well, getting right into this. Man, I always forget how the SCVs immediately go for that mineral line. So sweet. But spawning here in the lower left corner of the map, guys, we got the blue Terran player. It's going to be Ironfoot.
And his opponent spawning in the top right spawn location, going to be the red Protoss player, none other than Cipro.
And for those who don't know, this is for the After Hours Gaming League. I'm here today with my co-caster Pengwin. His Twitter is at MYI Pengwin. I am Rifkin at RifKings on Twitter.
Indeed, and these two players are going to be playing for two teams that did reasonably well last season. We have Cipro in the top right, going to be representing Ernst Young. His opponent, Ironfoot, representing Google. And I actually have a couple cool statistics for those, for both of those teams. Ernst Young went 4-6 as a team last season, so they didn't quite make the playoffs, but they didn't exactly get smashed by everyone either. So they had a pretty reasonable showing, and I have heard that they did pick up a couple new Masters players, so they're definitely looking to fight tooth and nail to try to get into the playoffs and maybe even win it all this season. Google did make it into the playoffs, but were eliminated in the round of 16 following an ace match, which was apparently the longest After Hours Gaming League in the history of the tournament so far, which is on Tal Darim Altar. They went 5-4 in the regular season. So both the teams had pretty decent results in the regular season, and I'm really interested to see how the teams actually match up against each other going into this. This is, of course, Heart of the Swarm, so things have changed quite a bit.
Well, while it is Heart of the Swarm, I do want to comment that I like that the first game of the day is on kind of that big old classic map, Daybreak. You're going to have some really, I mean, a lot of players, whether you're new to Heart of the Swarm, whether you've played Wings of Liberty and are a seasoned player, you've played on this map hundreds of times. So, I mean, there's nothing new that's going to get too abused. It's not Newkirk City where it's like, I still haven't explored every inch of the map yet. You know, it's Daybreak. So, whatever comes out of these players is going to be based purely off of skill and experience.
Absolutely, and of course there have been quite a few changes, but we still see a lot of the old, pretty standard old tactics come into play. Even some of the older all-ins that have sort of faded out in Wings of Liberty. I've seen 1-1-1s return with interesting little new twists, trying to add in some of the new units, trying to utilize some of the newly refined units as well. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of 1-1-1, you know, we've got our Terran player. He started this game off very smart, going for that supply depot early on to keep Cipro out of the base. Scouting information is everything in StarCraft, guys. It's scouting information, then positioning, and then your go-to skill follows that shortly after. And right now we do have Ironfoot going for a factory, so we may just see a 1-1 build out of him, but something funky could happen. We'll have to wait and see. But getting that early gas, hiding it from Cipro, it's a good start for our Terran player.
It is, and he's not grabbing his second gas yet, so I'm not expecting him to go all in with this or anything. Looks like he does want to get a bunker at the front. This could, of course, be to defend an expansion or just to fake out Cipro into thinking he's going for an expansion. He may also go for a Hellion drop at this point. That is also a possibility, but it won't be a 1-1-1 with Cloak, at least, without a second gas here. I think it'll probably be, at best, probably a Hellion drop. And
yeah,
it looks like Cipro also one-basing for now.
Hellion's actually really nice. A lot of people underappreciate how good they are. We actually have a Widowmine coming up right away, so going for a very, very defensive opening here with that bunker as well. Cipro will not really easily be able to push in, not anytime soon. As Widowmines, they no longer one-shot Stalkers, but they still do a hell of a lot of damage.
You know what I would actually love to see here? I've seen a lot of players utilize this versus me, which makes me a sad panda, but people have been going for Widowmine drops here, because one of the things you can do is you can just use the speed booster on the medevac to just boost your way through the base so quickly, drop the Widow Mines in the mineral line, and if your opponent's not really on top of it, they will lose a lot of workers.
Yeah, let's not forget the detection was taken off the mothership core, so it's not quite so easy to deal with Widow Mines early on for Protoss anymore, relying a lot on sort of later tech detection transitions.
Oh, we're seeing a tech lab coming out of on the starport from Ironfoot, so we could see some early Banshee play as well. The second gas will be nice, only just now coming up, though.
Banshees will be nice, but Cipro is putting down 2 more gateways, most likely a 4th on the way, and he's got a 4th pylon building.
He actually cancels them both.
Oh, okay, well I take that back
and
entirely.
He's going for a Nexus. Huh.
Well,
interesting.
He was doing this past thing until I said it. I guess I jinxed it a little bit. Wanted to play a little bit more economically. Does he have vision of that expansion? No, he has not actually scouted Ironfoot has taken his expansion yet, or rather started to take it, so this is just purely his own choice, not reactionary, I believe. And we might, as you said, we might just see that medevac drop, because here comes the medevac coming out soon. Several Widow Mines are out. And
we've actually seen Cipro just add on the next 2 gateways again. I think he may have just made a tiny mistake in his build order. It doesn't look like he changed anything too on the fly there. So he should be still reasonably confident here. And we see a lot of barracks being added on.
I like this. He's going to also scout out that pylon as he flies over, so he knows, okay, A, there's proxy pylon out, but unfortunately that does give away the drops are on the way. We do see Stalkers trying to move into position, or sorry, Stalker and Sentry, but this is not a good Penguin. They're not in the main base, and that's where they need to be.
On the other hand, we did see, Cipro did see this coming a mile away. The question is, does he think this is just an ordinary drop, or does he predict the Widow Mines? He doesn't have any form of detection out. This could be devastating for our Protoss player here. Yeah, and he does, of course, have these units at the front, but there's a bunker here. There may only be 3 Marines in the
not going to be good, Penguin. There's no Stargate, there's no Robo, there's nothing. These Widow Mines are going to kill so many workers.
Oh, no reaction on it at all, and he loses half of his mineral line. There goes about the other half right there. Total of...
Back at home, though, Ironfoot, he does have 4 barracks up, but he doesn't really have anything up to the whole... Like, his bunker has just been taken out. There's been no repair. Evacuating his natural, relying purely on 3 Marines and potentially a Widow Mine. When this Banshee comes out, without Cloak, this is not going to be the easiest thing in the world to hold.
Here come the SCVs. He is going to be able to break down the wall, but Cipro is forced back for now. He may try to regroup, warp in a couple more units, but these Widow Mines are still doing a lot of damage. 9 kills on one, 4 kills on the other. Now up to 6 kills on that second one. He's up to 16 worker kills with only a total of 13 workers left for the Protoss player. His Nexus at the Natural is finished up, so he can move guys down there, but there's a Widow Mine in that mineral line.
Oh no, and it's about to recharge 2 wall. The probes are stacked, Penguin. This could be...
Oh god.
Oh no, okay, they do split just in time, so he's going to lose some more. But it won't be that many, fortunately.
Oh, that's 5 more. This hurts. 21 worker kills.
This hurts for Cipro. He's got no detection. I mean, he's got the Stalkers back at home. He can try and eat some damage. But yeah, there's that moment, that Heart of the Swarm moment where you realize I'm playing Terran.
22 worker kills at this point. He's down to 9 workers. Oh, down to 8 workers. Another kill right there. Oh, he's actually down to 7 at this point. This is going so terribly badly for the Protoss player, and this is one of the reasons why Terran is so strong in the early game. Things like these Widow Mine drops, they're so hard to deal with, and Cipro is so far behind, I don't think he can recover from this at this point.
No, I would say Cipro's going to try and do a last hurrah here as he marches across the map. Although I kind of wish he would have done this before when he was already at the base, because Ironfoot only had 3 Marines. He was pulling SCVs. The supply depot was burning to death, but got repaired. I mean, pulling back was maybe not one of the best things Cipro could have done, but now he has no choice but to try and just go for an all-in attack here. And with Widow Mines on the front lines, Penguin... Oh,
this is going to be really tough to deal with. I mean, looking back at his base as well, he's down to 4 workers. This has to work, but there's really not all that much here. And he's going to try to push the front, but look at this bio army that's at home. Stim is done.
Widow Mines on the front line, taking out all of the Zealots immediately. And Ironfoot giving chase to the few Stalkers and one... Yep, GG.